Hey, good morning, everybody. It is about 3 o'clock a.m. exactly. I know that sounds a little very, well, sounds a little very early and a little very, very late. Um, but anyway, I figured I'm up right now. I'm trying to get to sleep, but I'm up right now, so I figured I'd talk about this. Um, you know, in my last two videos, I talked about the positiveness and the potential that Sonic Underground had, and I stand by what I said there, but there's something else I want to talk about. I mean, I know there's some people out there that, um, you know, don't mind seeing a music video in a series, especially if that series has music videos as a part of its, weekly or everyday episodes and all that. I'm pretty sure nobody has a problem with that. Uh, but when it comes to Sonic Underground, it's like, I mentioned this I think briefly for a little bit in my rant, in my positive rant, if you will. Um, some people like Rasitsu Danielle, whose videos I love, and who did the top 10 Sonic Girls request for me. She's come out and said that she, in a way, I guess she's kind of 50-50 on Underground, but she basically said that she has no problems with music videos being in series or being a part of a series as long as they're shown at the end of the episode. She gave an example by saying Chalk Zone, does this, and they do. Chalk Zone does do this, but here's the thing. I mean, I can understand, where someone like Red City is coming from, and where others that would agree with her are coming from. But let me ask you this: Did you guys? Well, let me ask you this. Growing up in the 90s and in the 80s or whatever, did you guys ever look at a series like, say, Alvin and the Chipmunks and say, "Oh, why are they having a music video in the middle of the episode?" Like, even when they did the spin-offs, like with Rocking with the Chipmunks, or not Rocking with the Chipmunks, but they did the spin-off, which was Chipmunks at the Movies. Did you ever kind of question and ask the question, why are they doing these music videos now? Why are they singing in the middle of the episode? Why are they doing video montages, if you will? Well, here's the thing. The answer you would get is because that's who the characters are. And like I said in my last two videos, the people at Dick Entertainment, TFI, and whoever else is involved in this, including Sega, all probably said, well, if this is going to be the last animated Sonic show that Dick Entertainment, TFI, is associated with or does, then perhaps they should go out with a bang. And like I said, in that previous video or two-part video, they probably got the okay from Sega to go all out, and that's what they did. So that's why you have some of these music videos, like I said, in the middle, sometimes at the beginning, and even towards the end of the episode, because that's who the characters are. That they're a band, so you're bound to see a music video. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if you look on places like the YT and the DM and other places like that, and including some sites that might be dedicated to everything Sonic, um, I guarantee you, you're going to see you're going to see people posting the music videos from the series on those sites and other places because they like the videos. I mean, in fact, I just looked at um, a music video on YouTube that involved the Sonic Underground. It was called with the song "Sound for Freedom" or "Sound of Freedom," and a lot of people liked it. Some people have said it's one of their favorite songs now, and one of their favorite music videos. And and again, I can understand where people are coming from. I can understand that, you feel as though it should be at the end of an episode, after the episode's done, then do it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the music video being in the episode, just like music videos had been in previous episodes for previous series, like say the Chipmunks and stuff like that. Here's the reason. It basically helps tell the story. That's what it does. In the episode "The Art of Destruction," where the song "Sound of Freedom" comes out, debuts basically, with "Sound of Freedom" debuts in. It tells the story. It continues to tell the story because it basically wakes up the art character, the art robot, into realizing that what Robotnik is doing is wrong and what the hedgehogs are doing is right. That basically a song, sometimes a music, even if it's in music video format, in a series, will sometimes accompany that series to progress the story. There's some other examples. I'm pretty sure, many of you may not be able to remember it. I vaguely remember it myself, but take a look at Kid Video back in the 80s. They had music videos. Sometimes they had them in the middle, and sometimes they had them at the end, and sometimes they had them at the beginning. There's no doubt about that. Now, but here's the thing about it. The Kid videos, the music videos on Kid Video, even if they were at the end of the episode or in the middle or whatever, were always live action. Now let me ask you this. Did many people complain about that? Not really, because it was a huge hit. People liked it. Same could be said for Gem, if you will. Now Gem's a good example. Gem did a music video sort of like did the same music video in the middle of the show and at the end in music video format. That's what she did. In fact, I can I got the episode I just can't think of the name right now. But it's a concert for hunger or something like that. Oh, sorry about that. I hit the mic. But it's a concert for hunger or something like that. And she does a music video, almost like does a concert, sort of like music video, about 2-3 minutes into the show. And then that same music video gets shown at the end of the episode. And did anybody complain about that? Did any girls complain about that? Did any boys who even watched the series complain about that? No, they never complained about it. They never complained about it, and I'll tell you why. Because that's what progressed the series. It progressed and told the story in its own way. And that's exactly what the music videos and songs in Sonic Underground did. They told a story. That's right. They continued to tell the story in their own way. They told the story, and even though it may seem like a little unusual to some people, it helped progress the story. Let me ask you this. Let me take you down memory lane, and I mean way down memory lane. And you can ask your parents, your grandparents, even your brothers and sisters who may have seen reruns, or your cousins. Let me ask you about the Chattanooga Cats. Okay? The Chattanooga Cats, when they had their show, had music videos in the middle. Yeah, the music videos were about as long as what you see the underground videos as. But they had them in the middle of the show, and even though they didn't tell the story, they were still in the middle of the show and not towards the end. And let me say this. Do you think anybody complained then? No. Nobody complained. It's sort of like with Josie and the Pussycats when Hanna-Barbera acquired them. They had music videos sometimes in the middle of they had sometimes songs that were like music videos in the middle of the shows. Did anybody complain about it? No. Excuse me. Here's another one. I've got another one for you. Scooby-Doo. When Scooby-Doo first came out, even in the new Scooby-Doo movies and all that, they would always have music montages. Heck, a pup named Scooby-Doo had it. had a music video montage and all that. Basically you hear, I think it was Davy Jones or somebody singing during some of the action or chase sequences, and what happened? Did anybody complain about that? No, because it progressed the story. It basically kept the story going. It kept continuing to tell the story. Nobody complained about it. Nobody complained about it then, and nobody would complain about it now. I mean, take a look at some of the. Let's take a look at this. Yogi Bear in the Invasion of the Space Bears movie. There's a couple of sequences. It Takes Two to Fall in Love and Space Bear Shuffle that are like music videos, but they're in the middle of the movie. Did that slow down the story? No, it continued to progress the story. It didn't slow it down one bit. Not one bit. It never slowed it down. And I think that's what people have to realize. And again, like I mentioned yesterday, or in my previous video about in my positive rant of Underground, you have to look back at it and realize that was about 11 years ago. You've grown up, you've gotten more mature, you've gotten more wiser, and you have to realize that the music videos at the beginning, in the middle, or towards the end of the episode help progress the story, help continue to tell the story in their own way. That's why they were there. Yeah, there's shows like Chalk Zone that will say, hey, we're going to do a music video at the end. That's no big deal. That's no big deal. But again, you take a look at what I've mentioned, some of the things I mentioned, and you ask yourself, what difference does it make? It makes no difference, because basically Sonic Underground, despite how some people might say, oh, it was, a little annoying and all that with the music videos, although to some people that say the music videos were annoying, that without them it'd still be a great show. Let me tell you. Scooby-Doo was a great show, and it had music video montages or something like that during the chase and action scenes. Same with Josie and the Pussycats. Same with the Chattanooga Cats. They had their minute-and-a-half music videos in the middle of the show. Did that stop the stories they were telling? No. No, it never did. Space Bears Shuffle and It Takes Two to Fall in Love from the Invasion of the Space Bears movie. They were music video-like. Did that stop the story? No, it never stopped the story at all. It continued to progress it. So, anyway, in closing, what I'm saying is, now that we're older and wiser, we should look at these music videos in Sonic Underground and say to ourselves, it's just progressing the story in its own way. That's what it's doing. It's continuing to help tell the story in its own unique way. That's what this is doing. It's not hurting it. It's not, coming out of nowhere or out of left field or whatever. It's helping to progress the story when you look at it. When you look at it in that way. In closing, let me say this. If Sonic Sat AM had done music videos in the middle of their show, would you have complained? Probably not. Because there's a picture. You go to DeviantArt. I'll tell you this. You go to DeviantArt and you type in, you go to search and you type in the word Real Sonic Underground, and you will see somebody that made a picture of the Sat AM characters doing what the Sonic Underground characters did. Think about it that way. But anyway, I thought I'd just kind of get that off my chest and clear it up a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this. You got any comments, let me know. Do audio or video response if you want, and tell me what your take on it is, and I'll talk to you all later. God bless and peace out.